And
You are listening to the Try Guys podcast. I'm your host, John O'Newland, along with Jimmy, the Gorilla Box Jump Newland, and Kane, Colleen something Reisner. We are here to entertain you through your workout, not teach you how to work out, but you might learn something along the way. Good evening, boys. So explain your names to me.
all right, so I'm Gorilla Box Jump because Kane took me to a CrossFit box on Saturday and tried to kill me with Gorilla Box Jumps.
It was a brutal workout. It was a great workout, but man, did it kick our butts.
and I've been scared all day to go back tomorrow, but I've committed to go tomorrow. But
You're coming.
I'm so scared. Honestly, that was it was so hard that I was getting like a headache in the front of my head like the whole time. Like one eye was like just so much pain. Yeah, it was tough.
What is a Gorilla Box Jump?
It's a box. You got a 20-inch tall box, and you hold your hands on it, and you kind of stand to the side of it. You hold your hand on it, and then you jump your feet up on the box, and then jump off on the other side, all while your hands, remain on the box.
Are on top. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just bouncing. Yeah. And that was pretty tough. It wasn't the toughest part. I gave up. Kane did double unders all the way through. I gave up on double unders after the first round of them.
Yeah. So the workout was 3 rounds, 2 sets per round of 20 double unders. What was next?
Alternating single arm dumbbell snatch. So you're like going on the ground, holding a dumbbell,
yes.
and then in a single motion, bringing up above your head. And a double under is a jump rope, but you're doing it twice in one jump. Two times around in one jump.
Yep.
Yeah. Then we had the alternating dumbbell snatch.
12 of those. So it's 20 double unders, 12 alternating dumbbell snatches, 20 double unders, and then 12 dumbbell front rack squats. So you're holding the dumbbells on your shoulders, and then
like the back of the dumbbells on your shoulder and the front of the dumbbells hanging out in front of you. And we had 50-pound dumbbells. Yeah. She gave us 50-pound dumbbells. So we're doing like 100. Yeah. Oh, and then 20 double unders.
Right. Yeah. So you do those 4 things. Yeah, it was 20 double unders, 12 alternating snatches, 20 double unders, 12 alternating snatches, or 12 front squats, dumbbell squats. Then repeat that, and then you get a 2-minute break, and you do that 3 times.
Yeah.
Wow. I ran 2 miles yesterday.
Hey!
Felt good. Got the itchy legs again. A little histamine action.
I'm going to pull a Kane one up. I ran 3.2 miles yesterday.
Oh, I didn't see it on Strava. I don't know if I was looking there. Or did you?
It should be. It should be on there.
I have 5,000 steps today.
I have 4,898.
Oh, I did.
2 away.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, no, 4,000. No, I'm 102 away.
I didn't even want to read mine. I did learn a new term that is commonly used in either endurance sports or triathlons. I will test and see if you know it. Do you know what bricks are?
Yes.
Yeah.
A brick workout's where you do 2 disciplines in a
That's
single
super
workout.
easy, I know. They had a little glossary on USA Triathlon, and it's not that very...
So do you know why
broad.
it's called a brick workout?
It feels like you're getting hit by a brick.
Yep.
No, I don't know
I really don't know. My guess is because your legs feel like bricks, right?
That's where like the bonking was. Is it bonking? Is that also
bonking,
the other term that you guys talked about last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that pop up somewhere, but it's not on the USA Triathlon.
I don't know why it's called a brick workout, but I just know it's when you do 2. It's usually bike and a run. I think people usually do bike and run. I mean, you can do any of them, but I think it's usually people try to do like alternating bike and run just to get the feel of running.
I think it's
to get the feel of running after the bike.
Brick is
Your
an
legs
acronym.
are like bricks. Oh, of course.
Brick is an acronym. It's actually a BRIC workout. It's bike run in combination.
Wow.
2 different. But what about swimming?
Interesting.
Bike ride followed by a run.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think
the swim is
started
like
out
the-
as that.
Then maybe it started with that and it got adopted because triathlon Team USA
Swimming.
says a workout that includes 2 different types of exercises back to back, such as a bike ride followed by a run.
I think it's mainly that. I don't think. I mean, I think the biggest part for swim because it's the way it feels when you run after the bike because it feels weird. It is so. Oh, you haven't done it yet, Kane, have you? You've done a brick?
I've done a brick, yeah.
A brick, okay, but it feels weird.
You mean running into or biking into run?
Biking into a run is very weird feeling.
Is it like when you get off a treadmill and you have to go, like you just feel like your body's been doing a motion for so long, and then when you stop that and start something else? Like, when you're running on a treadmill and then you like actually run for real, and it's it's odd.
It feels like weightless almost. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, it feels like you've
but worse.
Ridden a horse for a while. And then you try to run after. It's like everything inside is sore, like your seat muscles.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Have you ridden a horse? Maybe the horse wasn't a good analogy. Okay,
I rode one.
Well, I assume the way I feel when I run after getting off the bike is like bow-legged. I feel bow-legged when I'm running.
It's your trusty steed riding the bike.
I feel like I'm bow-legged after, and then it takes a while to like loosen up because you're inside your
legs are swinging outside as if you had the chafe that we talked about.
Yeah, but no,
Wait, so more on the brick workout. So I'm on Google right now, and there's 3 different articles, and they all have different explanations of why it's called a brick workout. So there's really no general consensus.
You tie a brick to yourself when you swim. That's why.
Well, one says it's named after world duathlon champion Matt Brick, who employed them in his training and thereby made them famous. And then the other one is because your legs feel like bricks after finishing.
I think bike run in combination is.
That feels like the most fabricated.
I feel like the guy with the last name Brick feels fabricated. Like he took hold of an opportunity.
Is this a real guy? What was his name?
Matt Brick.
Matt Brick.
Matt Brick. He's a world duathlon champion. Now, that one is on a random forum. There's a website called triathlete.com that says
is a meteorologist.
Combination.
Oh. You know what would be cool if we did a segment with 2 truths and a lie for triathlon stuff.
I like it. Little like trivia.
Can you think one off the top of your head?
Well, that Matt Brick one would have been one, and then so there's a guy named
bike, you swim, and you ride a horse.
John Waters, who made the swimming part of the triathlon popular because last name is Waters.
It used to be horse riding, but they changed it to swimming.
Yeah, because John Waters took over, and Bill Hoka made the popular running shoe for the run.
Bill Hoka. William H. Hoka. Okay, so back to why my nickname is Colleen something.
Hoover.
Kane. Yeah, it's Colleen Hoover. So I just read my first Colleen Hoover book. I don't think it's her first.
No, that's the one that got probably. That's one I started with too. So it's actually my book.
So these are like the latest craze for all the female Instagram influencers out there.
Hey.
But the books are phenomenal.
So good,
I mean,
I
read it in one day.
Hooked.
I read it in one day. I couldn't put it down.
Yeah. This is not a book podcast, but that's Colleen Hoover. That's Kane.
Shout out.
Dude, okay, I'm bringing Layla tomorrow to the book. I'm bringing the book named Layla to the CrossFit workout tomorrow to give to you guys.
Cool.
Okay,
Lexi's reading.
She's reading It Ends With Us. I know. I've read that one, and then it starts with us as well. Okay, this is not a book podcast. It could very well be. So much I would like to talk about these books. So much, but people don't read the ones I want them to read. When you read Layla, we will have a book talk.
Talk.
But Verity has plenty to talk about as well.
Oh, I know.
Hey, I haven't read any of these.
Tomorrow.
No spoiler alerts.
Jono, you gotta get out of this too.
We're gonna go. Yeah. Okay.
We'll move right on into the question of the day. First segment here. All right. Question of the day. What is your final goal of endurance training, and what do you hope to accomplish as an individual? How about you, Master James?
Me.
Myself.
So my ultimate my ultimate final goal would be to ride a horse. My ultimate final goal would be to complete a Ironman. I don't care time wise. I mean, a full Ironman. Yeah. And that I have that planned out in my mind in 2 years. But I got to get through this next year. Next year I plan the half Ironman and then a full marathon run. But 2 years, and that is the ultimate goal. I don't have a time that I have in mind for it yet, but I hear once you do one of them, you get hooked. Ironman. But I don't know. I feel like when I complete one, I think I might be good. I don't know.
Hang it up. I'm tired of running. I see your hair,
I
beard twice as
long.
Go
home now.
I think I'm gonna go home now.
Nah, kudos to you, man. That's a big goal. I say this because I like earlier this year I was like 100% in. I'm gonna do an Ironman and I'm gonna do a full one next year, and it's just gonna happen. And after literally just doing a marathon, I'm second guessing all of these thoughts.
Slap in the face. Well, and did you have high expectations for your marathon, or were you in the mindset of like, oh, I'm just gonna go finish this?
I had high expectations until mile 8.
and then you hit a brick wall.
That's
why it was called a brick.
That's why the Ironman I would go into without a time thing, because I wouldn't want to. I think, and there are some like elitists who think the Ironman has to be like you have to.
I just got a picture of you starting. It's like, all right, go, and you just start walking. Like, I'm just gonna finish this thing. I mean, not a bad thing. It's still out there. You pretty much
can. It was someone I was talking to. It was like he wrote it out. My buddy James, he wrote it out and said like the speed you can go and still complete it, and you could like swim like 3 minute 100 yard, 3 minutes per 100 yards in the swim, ride a comfortable 13 to 14 miles an hour on the bike, and then run like 4 mile per hour on the run and still complete it which is super easy. So like there's some elitists that like you think you'd got to go your hardest and you got to go a certain time, but I just want to complete it. I think the first one at least. And then if I get hooked, I do. If not,
think you're going to Kona.
Yeah.
Hey, Kona. Crazy.
No, thank you.
The open water swimming scares me.
Yeah, I wouldn't do one that had an ocean for sure. Some of them do.
Oof. Scares me.
Well, I am definitely
how about you, Kane?
Yeah, so I'm definitely excited. Right now, I don't know. Because the question is, what is your final goal of endurance training? And
I put final, I guess it meant like what's the ultimate goal you would hope to get out of it? Like because we've been scaling our events that we've been doing already. I mean, you're already to a marathon as your highest.
What's going to bring you to your
highest event so far, right? And like, I guess ultimate for everybody. I mean, maybe you go past Ironman, do like ultra marathons and stuff like that. Like that's more like, where do you want to get to? How far do you want to expand into endurance training?
Yeah, no, you took that further than I was going to go, because I was just going to say that like
I'm good with my marathon. I'm done.
well, not that far, but having a full Ironman as a final goal, right? Like that's like a huge accomplishment. Like, how many people on this earth can say that they've done it, right? Less than 1% of the population.
Quintessential triathlon goal. Is that the right use of the word quintessential?
Sounds good.
Quintessential
for me.
Yes.
I'm a horse
rider.
So
my thoughts were get through a half Ironman this summer. I think we're gonna do the Door County one.
And that's half mile swim. I keep forgetting.
That's a 1.2 mile or 1.1.
Yep, 1.2. 1.2 swim, 56 bike, and then a 13.1 mile run. And that is enough.
I think the marathon might have messed you up mentally a little bit. I bet you the half Ironman will feel easier than your whole marathon did. Honestly. Or you'll feel the same, if anything. Like it'll feel hard, but I think it might have messed you up a little bit mentally. That's another thing someone told me. It's like you came and look at it like the marathon. Running a marathon separately alone is way different than running it as the third leg of an Ironman, is what I was told. Like you can't, but no, it's not like it's not worse. Like a marathon alone could be, and I haven't done either of these, but like it's pretty much what your mind is ready for on event day. Like what you have to accomplish on event day, and your body can like adjust to it, kind of.
But I'm also under the mindset that I would toy around with the idea of running more marathons, and I'm for sure I'll run another marathon in my life.
So you like running, hey? Are you like the running part of it?
I do. I thoroughly enjoyed all of marathon training, all of
Yeah.
it. And then the race just kicked me in the teeth.
Yeah, I didn't think you didn't enjoy the marathon itself. I just wondered if it like might have pushed you back mentally from doing things with running like the Ironmans.
100%. Yeah, it did.
But I want like I think it'll be a lot less painful than you think it would be to do it. So when we do the half this summer, I think you'll be like pleasantly surprised at how.
What is the longest you've swam though? 1.2 miles sounds super far.
It's only like 30. That's like 40 minutes of swimming straight. Wait. Okay, we're all doing math.
I mean, it's all dependent, right, on
how fast you swim. Jim.
Yeah. James.
James swims the 1.2, I think, in like 35
I'm just saying the
minutes.
distance, not even the time. I'm saying distance. What's the longest? Have you guys swam over a mile?
At a single time?
A mile.
Yeah.
I've done a 1 mile swim in the pool. And
I don't know.
I did in the pool for a mile.
I swam 20 minutes
straight. Were you exhausted,
in a circle
or was it like
pond.
You did it just very? You were just in a rhythm and.
So there's a pace you can swim that's like a jog where you can do it for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not fast, but it's the same as like running. You can only sprint for a certain amount of time, but if you run at a jogging pace, you could run for a while.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yep, and that's what I did. It was, and I felt like I could have gone forever.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, I could easily do I could finish 2.4 miles. I'm not going to win any records, but
in the wetsuit, yeah, then it's like super easy.
Yeah.
But I think I cut you off. Did you say what your final goal was, Kane? Did I?
So what I was saying was my final goal right now is to finish the half Ironman and then go from there. I mean, I don't want to.
You want to do that next year, right?
2023.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hard goals.
Next July. What about you, Jono?
Do hard things.
Yeah, I want to just do some triathlons. So this next year, just get introduced into it. I think I know myself, and I would want to continue keep stepping it up as long as I had a good community around me, and obviously like us being able to do it together, even though we're further apart. But I think my goal, here's a good one, would be for all of us to do any size triathlon, a destination one where we can all meet up and do them together. Whether I come there or you guys come here. Yeah.
Kiss.
Same time.
all of the things.
Go travel like a destination triathlon. That would be my goal.
I love it.
I think that would be fun.
I think an Olympic triathlon would be perfect for that.
What? That's right in between sprint and half iron. Yeah.
Yep. So
sprints are too. I don't know. Sprints are really hard because they're like so. The whole thing is so fast. It's not really hard, but like you're always going as fast as you can. I think Olympic would be perfect where you can actually like kind of pace yourself. I don't know. Sprint, I feel like you have to always be going 100% the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I'm really excited because even the mental shift, like you were talking about, Jim, like going in thinking like I have all these separate events. I don't know, like going into a bike and not thinking like you still go a faster pace, but it's like, oh, I still have more of this. I don't know. It just seems a lot more open mentally than just focusing in on a run, which is what I've done mostly.
It is weird. It is like, I don't know. It's all what your mind is prepped for. And it's kind of weird. Well, you were saying like in the arm, I don't know. Were you saying this or maybe like you'll run, they'll take you on a run and then you'll think you're done, but they're like, no, we're going again. Like we're still going, like, doesn't that suck way more than like if you knew you were done, your body was prepped for being done?
It does, but it's almost like you're in during the day of training or whatever. You're just in the mindset of like, I'm at the will of whatever they want to do. So it's like, you're always ready for anything to happen.
I guess I don't know that mindset.
So, but it's kind of,
But the idea of that sucks. Like to me, sounds like it's awful.
Yeah.
Like where it's like, okay, I just ran, I ran as hard as I could at this point, and then it's like, oh, you got to do it again, or like you got to keep going. Like that would be tough.
And there's only so much they can do. You always will.
Till you die.
Physically deteriorate.
Till you die. Yeah.
Till you die.
Deteriorate.
So for reference, an Olympic triathlon, the distances are 0.93 mile swim, 24.8 mile bike, and then a 10K run, so 6.2 miles.
See, I know I'm sitting in a comfy chair thinking about it. I'm like, I could just go do that right now, like finish it.
You could.
But
yeah,
that's not hard. I'm sure. Yeah, I know mentally, like I could get through it, but
no, like physically, I don't think that's even that hard. It just depends on how, like, again, that's almost
pace and everything.
24 miles on a bike is still like a sprint, but you can take that slower. Like, I think I'm excited for the half Ironman because at 56 miles, like, I guess I'll be just going as fast. I don't know. Maybe in my mind, though, because it'll be 56 miles, it won't feel like I'm sprinting through it. I don't know. My mind, it's just the mindset gets different with different events. Like even a 5K, even prepping myself for a 5K, like that 5K is hard up until it's done. Well, it's hard when you go out with a 5-minute mile pace.
A 450 mile pace.
We were sprinting. 450. We went out at 450. 450 a mile for the first 400.
100 meter pace.
Yeah, and then Kane looked at. Well, I wanted to go fat. Well, okay, so I had this idea like, yeah, what is it? FTP? Is that what you got stored up? Is that that stuff you can use right away? ATP. Sorry, but you got all that. But
is that a scientific term? What is ATP?
Well, it's like the build up. Like it's like 8-second build up of like
adrenaline?
Toxins or something. I can't remember exactly what it is. It was explained to me in track in high school, but it was like when you're running the 800, it's like for the first 8 seconds, go all out. That's what our coach said. Go all out in the first 8 seconds, and then find like you have that much store of ATP. I think that's what it was. Maybe not.
It's or is it glucose? ATP is like what transports the energy to the cells.
Okay, I don't know what it was, and I'm whatever it was. So my mindset on that 5K was that I'm like, oh, I'll use this up right now.
Just gonna burn it.
We're sprinting. Kane looks at his watch. He's like, we're at a 450 pace right now. And I was like, oh no. I was like, let's go down. And then after the mile, I was like, I was gassed. Like that was that was a really hard 5K to finish for me.
Yeah.
That was brutal. But even the mindset of being in a 5K, like it was only 23 minutes long or whatever, but it still felt hard the whole time.
I've done that before, starting a 5K race, and you just like want to be first in there. Or I've had friends where they just sprint forward, be like, I'm number one, and then they just slowly like fade back.
Well, that was my mindset being this. I'm like, there is a starting picture, and if I'm in that starting picture next year, nobody's gonna know where I finished. They're just gonna know I was at the front during that picture.
Front of the pack. Look at him.
Yeah,
just gotta have that bright smile.
Yeah,
chasing Scott down the whole time.
Oh my gosh, he's so fast.
What 5K did you guys do?
It was a Jim Hodge one. It was in Menominee.
Oh, okay.
It was around like it was out to the lighthouse and back, and out and back to the lighthouse. It was pretty cool. It's very fast. It's really fast, flat and fast.
Oh, that's yeah. That's the one where you sent me some of the videos or pictures that came out from that.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah, right on the pier. You run on the pier.
Yep.
Yeah, that was pretty. All right. Well, that is pretty much finished up the question of the day, I think. I mean, it seems like we all have similar goals of just like pushing the boundaries and seeing where we can get to. I mean, ultimately, I'd love to be able to say I do an Ironman. I just can't even speak from any experience. So
I was there.
Just meet up with everyone.
I was there. Like at your point, like even when I decided I was going to do the first sprint last year, because James, my friend James, who does Ironmans, he was saying like, just do not. I was like, I'll never do that. I was like, that does not sound appealing at all. It sounds entirely impossible. I will never do that. And then I thought I'd be fine with sprints just the rest of my life. Basically like, oh, I'll stay in shape doing sprints. But after doing them now, it's like, okay, I kind of want to push forward a little bit.
Yeah.
And then after doing the Century Ride we did this summer, after been training for swimming and doing the half marathon, it's like, I could probably push my body to do one of these, if only one.
I like shooting for the biggest thing and be like, oh, I could do that one day. And just like, I love that. And that drives me. And then I usually I bite off more than I could chew. And then I just like let it fall away. That's why I'm like, keep it small. Just do some sprints.
Yeah. Once you get your first sprint,
have a little get together with the boys somewhere.
Get your sprint.
Have a triathlon.
Get your sprint in and you'll love it.
Oh no. It'll be fun.
That's
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's kind of what deterred me from like getting back or backing away from wanting to do a full Ironman is just the amount of training that I had to do for just the marathon, and then just thinking of relating that to how much more training I was going to have to do for a full Ironman. And it's even a longer period of time because my training block was 14 weeks for a marathon, and it's like 7 months to do an Ironman. And
yeah,
it's like,
but just for completion compared to,
right.
you know what I mean? Like your training was like you had a
you
set
were training
goal in mind,
to go a half hour beyond qualifying for the Boston. Like that's fast. Like it was, a decently fast marathon that you were training for. Like that'd be a really fast Ironman too.
So whenever you have like a time goal in mind, like that pushes and drives the training a little bit. Like I would say you probably could get through an Ironman with the shape you were in for the when you were training for the marathon. But I don't know, the swim is just what's so foreign to me. And
I could have survived, but
I feel like
I don't know.
Drown.
I feel like if I'm going to do these races, I want to perform as well as I can, right? Like push our bodies to our limits and see what we can do.
Well, you just take those incremental wins. You just do one, then the next one,
but that first one,
your
just
benchmark from there.
I mean,
hey, you got your marathon benchmark, and now you can go from there.
And now you'll probably beat it the next one you do.
Oh yeah,
you'll definitely beat it now that you
and you have that in the back of your head. Like after you did it, you did one. Now it's like, okay, I got to at least beat my last one. You know, even if you hit the wall at 8 miles again.
I've crushed all my sprint triathlon times, and I'm probably going to keep crushing them because my first ones are so bad. So if my first Ironman's really bad, I can just constantly like beat it a little bit at a time.
Key is to make the standard so low.
Yeah.
Start each one
very smile the whole way through and have fun and stop when I want.
Whenever you go up to the next level, just always immediately start at a 450 pace. You'll be set.
Sprinting.
Just tank fast. All right, well, we'll move on here to the next segment. Would you rather? So we'll look at a couple questions here. First one is pretty good. Would you rather do a whole race, any length or any type of race, naked or in a wetsuit?
So we'd have to
at least,
say this is a triathlon,
at least multiple events. So naked or in a wetsuit. I would say
let's just say triathlon, just sprint, just a sprint. Yeah.
So doing a triathlon sprint, naked or in a wetsuit.
And we could just say you're alone, so like you don't have to be like
all shame aside. All shame aside. The water is warm, so you're set. So I've done a naked mile. So it's very odd running when it's just odd. Like, and I don't know how biking would be awful. And part of me, but I feel like the one thing with the wetsuit, as I think about it,
you'd overheat and die.
Yeah, you would get really hot. Yeah, that's a downside.
Especially during the run.
And it would keep moisture from the like swimming, right? Like it doesn't. So you'd be wet. It's not like you dry out and then you just start sweating instantly.
So would you be like a pruny mess when you're done then?
Oh yeah, it would like soak in. All your juices would just soak in.
Wait, is this a full body wetsuit?
Yes.
Or one of the? Oh.
And so a wetsuit doesn't keep you dry underneath. By the way, a wetsuit. Yeah. Okay. I'm just saying. The wetsuit lets in the water. Yeah. So you're in the water heats up, so you'll be hot.
Well, that's what I mean. You'll be wet as you go. Yeah. Starting the next one, and it's not like you're shedding that.
It feels so good though. If you had a bottle of water, you could pull it out and dump down,
and they just keep you wet,
and it would just keep you.
But does it
cool you off?
How heavy are they?
They're not really heavy, just more.
Oh tight. No, I'm doing wetsuit. I'm not wiping out on a bike. Naked. I'm not wiping out on a bike naked. A big wetsuit. Oh gosh, I just had that image in my head. Nope, not happening.
Or just like
that one's easy.
Or just like imagine sitting on that bike seat naked.
I know.
It's just gonna slide right up there.
Or like if you're racing with people like shoot rocks all the time. Like if you're on the
kick them back,
like you just get rocks kicked up at you.
Gosh,
that'd be tough.
The swim would be nice though.
The swim would feel nice.
I guess. Yeah, but the wetsuit assists the swim.
Yeah,
so it almost is like.
But you could overheat and die.
But
yeah, the pad
could overheat
and bike shorts is
that would be the
nice.
only thing.
The pad, yeah. I'd probably go wetsuit too, just because that the comfort. I'd have to.
I'm still on the bike wrecking. I do
that wetsuit run would be nasty.
If it's only a sprint,
take a tumble naked.
I could handle it.
Take a biking tumble naked. Yeah, in a sprint, I could handle it with a wetsuit. If it was any longer,
I don't know.
I'd probably go naked.
On what time of the day, what time of the year, and where you're at.
I don't think the run would be that bad.
If
it was really hot out.
If it is 60 degrees, that run might kill you.
If it's 30 degrees, if it's 60, max 60.
No,
how hot do you get in a wetsuit?
It's so hot, dude. Your body. It's like an oven for your body. All your sweating, so you're gonna sweat out and just. I don't know. It'd be tough. I don't know. I might have to try to run a mile in a wetsuit just to see.
I'm curious. I need to get a wetsuit. I'm gonna just buy a wetsuit to run in.
This is experimental data. We have to do.
It's a full body wetsuit. I thought they're like
you can do
sleeveless.
You can do sleeveless, but we're talking full body.
Full body.
Full body, straight to the wrist, straight to the ankles.
Right over on the head, the little hood for scuba divers.
Yep. Oh, do you guys know why scuba divers sit on the edge of the boat and fall backwards into the water?
So their goggles don't get ripped off their face?
No.
If they go forward?
Because if they go forward, they fall in the boat.
That's what I thought right away. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Bunch of idiots.
I can't wait. Is your mic working? I can't hear you. I can't hear you laughing.
All right, we'll move on to the next one. I think I pick wetsuit. What was your final?
Yeah, wetsuit for sure.
Jimmy, final.
I'd do wetsuit, even if I might die.
All right.
I'd rather that than
wipe out on a bike. Am I right?
On a bike, yeah.
Thank you. All right, next one. Would you rather eat fettuccine Alfredo, a big serving, one of the dinner
Michael
servings
Scott
from
helping,
a Michael Scott helping before the race, or fast for 24 hours before the race?
So eating the fettuccine right
before the
race. Yes, Michael Scott fashion. You're in gear at the starting line.
Again, let's do event on this one too, or like a sprint try or something.
Like a sprint try.
Yeah, sprint. I mean, that would be.
No, it depends because it depends on length. So I can do anything for. I'm just in terms of the question. I could do anything on a fast for 24 hours, like that's done in less than an hour, or less than 2 hours maybe. But if it's something that I'm going to be doing for 2 to 4 hours, then it's different.
So you think you could handle a sprint try on a 24-hour fast?
My blood sugar will crash sometimes, and I
don't know what that feels like.
I don't know. I just get like super weak, and I'm like, I have to get. I like before when I've done it on runs, I've stopped and just ate a ton of apples at an apple tree. I was just like mowing down. I'm like, I just got to get some calories in me. It just like hit a wall, and I'm like, oh, this feels awful.
I guess I feel like that because I don't think I've ever hit a wall
in the fettuccine Alfredo, you just throw up.
Oh, it's so gross though. Throwing up is so bad.
Yeah, but you're just like done. One and
I
done.
don't know. I'd probably like if I had to throw up, I'd give up. Probably, I'd throw in a towel. I'd be.
You know that adrenaline shot you get after throwing up? Like if you're sick and you're like, man, I feel great now. Like
I've never felt great after throwing up ever.
Really? Oh, I feel the relief when I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm just like, I'm gonna throw up and I'm gonna fight it as long as I can, and then it never can. I always throw up and then I feel. Finally,
I feel miserable because I always fight to throw up as long as I can.
I do too.
And
I
it's
do.
Like,
it's like 2 hours.
I lay still, lay still, and just like try to will myself to not throw up. And then it's like it feels. If I would probably feel better if I just gave into it, but I just can't.
I've tried to go and make myself throw up, and it's the worst feeling. It's like self-harm. It's so awful. I'm trying to
dry
force it out.
It's horrible.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
I've had a lot of indigestion lately that like I wake up in the middle of the night with it and I feel like I'm going to throw up right now. Like I'm sweating and it's like I have to pee, but like I have to puke. So which one is going to go in the toilet first? And then I end up like either like throwing down some Tums quick or like taking sips of like carbonated something to like
settle
help
your stomach.
Ginger ale.
Come up.
Yeah. Oh man.
I haven't puked yet, so that's promising.
I had a weird phase where my mouth got so dry, like cotton mouth, and I just started gagging. Like I'd be sitting there just like, like what the heck? Like it was because of dry mouth. I didn't feel sick at all. Yeah. It was so weird. I was like, was like a solid like year that I did that for. I don't know what that was.
That used to happen in basketball games in high school, and I'd be like running down the court,
really?
gagging. Yeah, it was bad.
I didn't know that.
That's awesome.
I used to have to like bite my
Dry
cheeks to the point where they almost bled.
Just to get some liquid in there?
Just to get like liquid in there, yeah.
Oh,
wow.
I think it was just a nerves thing because I definitely wasn't dehydrated.
Right, yeah.
Did you get nervous for games?
I got nervous for basketball games, but never for football games.
I got nervous for practice and never games.
Really?
Weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
I had high anxiety in high school with that. It was like the disparity of like, if that's the right word I want to use. The expectations of like this needs to be your main focus in life. I know they didn't care. The coaches just put in that like high motivation, whatever. But it felt like this should be my main goal, and I'm like, I don't really care about this. Like I don't care if I lose, and so I felt like high tension with needing. I need to want this more, and so when we get yelled at in practice or when it wasn't even bad, like but it weighed on me heavily, and then games were an escape from like the expectations, and you miss a layup, and then oh, that was the worst. But anyway, digressed quite a bit.
Interesting take on that.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Deeper. It's a little deeper. It's like the issue goes deeper. Is what I'm saying. It's deeper.
But then I go and I join the Army, and I'm in basic training and had no problems at all. I mean, it sucked and I was nervous at
maybe you just
times, but it wasn't like
that.
The anxiety, the strong anxiety. No, other people had it too, though. I don't know what it was. I think it was some of the culture and stuff. Anyway, fettuccine Alfredo or 24-hour fast.
I would go 24-hour fast. I can't eat in the morning anyway, so I'd probably throw up trying to put fettuccine down anyway.
I think I'd hit a wall and it'd just be. I maybe could finish with a 24-hour fast.
Heavy.
I know, but throw up, you're done.
I don't know. I feel like my body would think it's in there still.
You gotta trick your mind. Yeah, but if you just like collapse out of like you haven't eaten for 24. I mean, 24 hours. I guess isn't that.
Then
long.
It's done, and then I have an excuse.
Yeah, then you could just like mow down at the.
But if I throw up fettuccine Alfredo, I'm giving up. Someone better
hold it down.
Someone better come pick me up because I'm not doing anything else.
Laying up flat on my back, fettuccine Alfredo all over me.
I've drank less water and ate more fettuccine Alfredo than I've ever had in my entire life.
All right, well, I pick Alfredo. Kane, what do you pick?
I definitely picked the fast. I couldn't
Really?
bring myself to throw up. I couldn't do it.
I mean, I wouldn't try to. It would happen, and then I'd be done. Then I move on. All right, so too fast and Alfredo. All right, last one. Would you rather run in shoes too big or too small?
When you context, how big is too big? How big are we? Are we talking like 3 sizes?
So I was thinking of right when I saw this one, I was like, I thought of Mr. Beast. I don't know if you saw that video where he walked a marathon in clown shoes, and it was just like these giant things, but like nothing that big. I think at a size too big.
I think it'd have to be 3 sizes. A size too big is what people like because your feet swell when you're running. So you like.
So
a lot of people go a size bigger. When
I never heard of people's feet swelling though.
Really?
Yeah, but you can't,
dude.
Yeah. I know you've mentioned that before, but
that's very common. My feet were like on our 10-mile run. Did you see how beat up my toe was? Like it's not my shoe wasn't too small, but I was tightening. It was because I have the weird feet where like my second toe is way longer than the big toe.
That means you're athletic. I have the same.
I don't know. It's busted though. But anyway, so like it was like I had shoes that fit me, but I was tying them too tight, and my feet were like getting really sore because they'd expand, they'd swell when you run.
Yeah,
you're putting blood in your feet. Yeah,
it's growing like 4 sizes larger. Oh no!
But a lot of people recommend buying a shoe size bigger if you're running anything like a half marathon or a marathon. If you're running over 10 miles, like
for the purposes of this question, though, it's you have to, for the size being too small, you have to be able to fit it on your foot still. Right.
Yeah,
so
but
uncomfortable, but
your toes are curled and your big toe is toes curled and big toe just jammed up there. And then too big, it can't fall off, but it has to be like.
But it's clunky, like you're dragging.
It's clunky, and like sometimes it can like the back can just like dip off the heel, but if you're not losing it, and then maybe
you're running like trying to push your toes to the top, like you're running on your heels, like trying to keep the feet up.
I get when I when I get too tight of shoes, like basketball shoes, when I did that, and I would like do the stop and like do different moves and stuff, my feet would slam to the front of the shoe, and my big toenails would turn black and blue, and then they'd like fall off in 2 months.
That's what mine did
every time
after our 10-mile run. Yeah, I think some of it was hills,
every time.
But...
Yeah, when it's like when you're going down or when it's shifting, but I was like, what the heck? Like literally every time I picked up like playing basketball, pickup games again, I was just like, well, got my black and blue toenails again. So I have bad experience with a little bit too small. I feel like but it's like power through the pain just for the race. If I really was trying to race and not just finish, big shoes would be awful.
How far is the race?
We'll sprint.
A sprint?
Sprinty sprint.
So 5K, right?
A 5K? If it's a 5K, I'll do shoes too small.
And a bike, too big of shoes on a bike.
Small.
The question is whether would you rather run, right? Or is it would you rather race?
Yeah, it is.
Then I think
like,
we'd have to.
Swim with big shoes.
No, we have to do like a half marathon.
Half marathon.
Small shoes would be way too easy to choose for a 5K.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I have like nightmares about
big feet.
No, about having my feet in two confined spaces.
That's what I'm saying.
I am not a foot guy. I'm also not a foot guy.
I can't be a foot guy anymore. I had good feet until I busted my toe.
You remember we used to play hockey at your neighbors, right? John Davis. Yeah. And so we used to bring hockey skates over there, and I bought myself a pair, but just like the act of tightening them around my feet got so sore that I could like there was times like where I would get off the ice and I literally could not put pressure on my feet. I couldn't walk.
Was it the bad skates? I didn't remember that. Was it the skates or because they were too small?
We all had
I think it's just the pressure around the sides of my feet.
Coordinated on the ice either.
What?
If I recall.
I don't think I've ever been with Kane on the ice.
Really? He just couldn't stop. You couldn't stop, right?
Maybe I don't remember him.
It took a while
to start.
To
I just remember you like flying in there.
Were you good at hockey, Kane? Do we play hockey?
Was not horrible.
Okay.
At first
definitely,
I sucked.
Yeah, but definitely you could see the like Ben and Bo who grew up doing it, like their fluidity on the ice. You could tell different than like people who just jumped into it later.
Right. We all got a little bit better going through it. Like we all did, like not like they were obviously, but. This is a hockey podcast, but I remember wrapping my
quads burning just like up and down the ice.
I went a couple years ago with a bunch of people again. No skates were there. Like I put on these skates that were so tight, it ruined my shins. I wrapped them I taped them.
Ruined my day.
Ruined my the rest of my week. It was real bad. I had to tape super tight electrical tape everywhere.
Dude, how sweet would it be doing like a long distance race on ice with hockey or with just a skate? I always thought I loved the sprints and just like flying, but not like you have to stop and turn around. Like if you could just like travel distance. I know some countries have like rivers that freeze over and everyone just uses that as a modes of transport.
Don't they have the thing in Apollo Ono where you did like just going around in circles, like lapping?
Yeah, but that's in a circle.
You just want to go straight.
I mean,
you mean like traverse did that, like area?
Like I'm saying like up a river.
Right. Fly down. I think
when Superior freezes over, then you go across Lake Superior.
Then you ever see those hockey it's like the hockey guys racing and they're jumping they're doing the jump.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
They're doing jumps and they're like hitting each other and like man, nuts.
Love that.
Anyway,
so hockey podcast.
So too big or too small. It's not this podcast. It's not that podcast.
Welcome to the Try Hockey Cast.
This is the cowboy podcast. We're talking about horses here.
Right, horses. I would pick
too big or too small.
I would pick shoes that are too big because too small would ruin it.
Well, you're not going to finish your race. You're going to be way back. I'd do too small. I'd power through it for the rate, like for the sake of not finishing, but like be competitive. Is it like do
we die if we don't do a certain time or something?
Yeah, if you don't,
Squid Games.
Because well, I would probably lose that race anyway.
Okay. No, you don't die.
Lose that race anyway. If I'm racing,
you don't die.
I'm going to lose.
You don't win. You don't win cash at the end. So there's like only a positive incentive, which is easy to give up when you're in pain.
So you're going to go. So you're going to go.
I don't need that cash anyway.
Okay, so you're going to go to cash. So you're going to go to surgery with the cash you get because your small shoes ruin your feet.
Yeah, for performance.
I would go too big. I think I could manage with too big.
Just more comfort because it's just more comfortable, or just like the pain.
My feet swell.
Yeah, I don't think I could physically finish if I did the too small shoes.
Yeah,
I don't think I'd be able to finish. I would be
Use
like
your
crawling.
hands. Yeah,
is that an option?
I would change my run like the way I run with too big of shoes to make it work. I couldn't run like normal. I'd have to do more of a flat foot running, but I could not do too small. I would probably quit if I had too small. I would probably just stop.
I quit. Hands up.
I concur.
I'm throwing up. Home now. Too small of shoes. I think I'm done running. Yeah, what's his actual line? I'm tired of running.
I know I'm pretty tired.
Go home now.
I think I'm gonna go home now.
Confession time. I've never seen that movie,
dude.
Oh, it's good.
I watch that every
year.
If
I was going anywhere,
every year,
I was running.
So good. I was running.
I just love that part.
The way he just ramps up his like energy.
I know he's got.
I was running.
If I was going anywhere, I was running.
Oh, it's such a good movie. Hey,
it is really good, and it's got really.
That's on your squad goal is to watch Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's got incredible music too.
It's fantastic.
It's so good.
I honestly thought it was based on a true story for a while. I was a kid when I first saw it. Because all these like things, I was like,
he played college football.
He was a part of this too. He made the smiley face sign. He made these bumper stickers. I was like, how did I not know about him before this? They never talked about him in school. And and then the restaurant actually existed. So I was like, oh geez, I don't know how long it took me to figure out it wasn't true.
It's probably good though. It is good.
That is a good one. But that is a good transition into our next and final segment of squad goals. We kind of had a long-term squad goal for doing half triathlon or half Ironman or full Ironman at the start, and we'll finish with our short-term goals.
Which
Kane has to watch Forrest Gump by next week.
Well, let's go back to last week.
James will go first.
No, let's go back to last week.
Recap.
Squad goals. Jono.
Oh, don't read mine.
Yeah, don't read mine.
Jono. Okay.
This is a terrible segment.
Right,
I never keep up with anything.
Check out pools.
Yeah. So the thing with that, as we're coming into the winter, I don't know if I almost want to just focus on doing endurance, not endurance, and doing nothing, hibernation, doing workouts that are just, I can't think of like circuit style workouts, and running is more what I want to focus on. The only reason is because like getting a membership, having a drive, the routine you got going, which I could set up, but I'm like, I want to see. I don't have motivation yet to go in the pool, if that makes sense, because I haven't done one yet.
Excuses not to though.
It's just not working, and I'm trying to find something that works.
I know what you mean. But I force yourself to do it, and you'll like it.
Yeah, but I would like this one, but it's still not like, it's like you did a triathlon. It's like, oh, that was cool, and did another one. It's like, now I have a reason why I want to go to this because I have.
I don't.
Yeah, I think you still need to find that drive by just getting into more endurance.
Getting into the car. Just get into the car and
get in the car and go.
Drive.
I hate swimming. I hate Tuesday morning because I hate swimming.
Really? I liked it when I went.
When you do a workout, it's not as fun.
I don't know. I do. Yeah. I have a new squad goal.
Oh wait. That was just term. Okay. So did you check out any pools? You start the Y. That's the pool you'd be checking out, right?
We drive by it often.
Okay, so you checked it out.
Yeah.
Did you run 10 to 15 miles?
I did 2 miles yesterday to start and then it was pouring today. I didn't want to run.
Did you get it?
I gotta be honest.
I know. No,
this is
honesty. This is good. This is good. I mean, you're not going to get in trouble for not doing it. Did you get in a routine?
Yeah, I might need to adjust.
Any type of routine.
My kids wake up at 6:30 because of the time change regularly, so that is a routine.
So you got to get up 4:30.
I need to get up earlier. Yeah.
Did you sign up for a triathlon?
So
check any out?
I definitely researched it, but there was nothing on like the near future schedule. I thought like maybe there'd be something early
this
spring,
year still,
but it was like
spring, okay.
or even this year. Yeah, I just missed the window. It was like mid-October for one of the last ones that had kayaking as an option. So I might shift that into doing like a race, maybe like a 10K or
Or
5 years,
or a
something.
bike run bike or a run bike run. They got some of those.
Yeah, I just need to do more research on that. But so I did run, but not enough.
Okay,
and I failed on the other ones.
So we are going to not check any of those. So okay, well, should we do? Let's just do all yours in one now. So let's.
Yeah. So
what about this week?
Yes, this week.
How about you give yourself three attainable goals here?
Yes, I went too broad and it was too vague.
What'd you call me?
You need to have SMART goals. What is it? Specific, measurable, attainable, repeatable, and time bound. Something like that. SMART.
Tactical.
Practical.
Tactical.
Smell smart. Oh, I was like, you know what spells smart with a P? Smart goals.
Smart goals.
So let's think practical.
You ran 2 miles. Try running 3 miles next week.
No, I could dedefinitely.
You can definitely do 10 to 15.
I can do 10 to 15 easy. No, I'll do 4 days of at least 2 miles. Yeah.
4 days of at least 2 miles. You don't have to do 4. You can. Okay, 4 days of at least 2 miles.
Yeah, but
running.
yeah. Right, and then
we need punishments for not doing these.
We do, but what kind of punishment? Just well, we can
if
put
you
cash
fail,
in the
then
pot.
you have to Venmo me like $100.
We can put cash in the pot. We'll put cash into a pot, and then we have some sort of like winnings. Like you could win the pot. Maybe that might be. We could talk about it.
Money makes it fishy.
I think that I might. Do I need 3?
No, you can have 1.
Just have 1. Okay, one of my
4.
I'll start with this.
4 days.
But one of my other thoughts, one of my other desires is I did a workout program called F3, which is like a community-based free workout where you do early morning at a park with a group of guys and local. So I want to establish one of those locally here. There is one downtown Pittsburgh. It's just like 35, 40 minutes for me to drive in the morning, and it starts at 5:30. So it's that's a lot of driving back and forth that I don't really want to do. So I have a park nearby, and I want to try to establish that. Don't write that down.
I'm not going to write that down. That's a big goal.
Yeah. Well,
I'm going to start a bike club. Oh, I did already.
I did. I named it. I branded it.
I did. I have t-shirt.
Yeah. All right. Leave it at that.
Get your t-shirts.
Simple. Hey, this is the off season.
At TryGuysPodcast.com. We're not trying.
$9.99.
Yeah.
We're going to rebrand our name.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. I like it still. I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So I'm going to leave it simple so I can say I did that.
Okay, so that's what
I
we're
did
doing.
not do the other ones.
4? Okay.
I'm doing 4.
All right, Kane.
And there will be some sort of punishment.
Kane.
My turn.
Let's see.
I need to be scolded.
Okay. Kane's first tick was swim tomorrow morning or on Tuesday.
Scalded.
Which would have been a week ago Thursday, which in context now was 8 days ago. Or swim on Tuesday, which was 4 days ago. Something like that.
I did neither.
True.
I've had very little motivation to
explain yourself.
I did not swim on either day. That is my explanation. Yeah.
All right. And 3 runs.
Did I say 3 runs?
You said 3 runs. I looked ahead of mine. I was like, oh man, I failed too. I was pretty ambitious.
Wait, I thought mine was the biking miles.
It said 3 run and 2.
We gotta do check-ins through the week to make sure we're on goals.
Okay, so you put 3 runs. You were going to do biking, but it was like weather was going to be. You said runs was easier or something. I don't know.
This isn't a failure podcast, all right? This isn't a failure podcast.
Did you bike?
You're right.
Switch it to bike. Did you bike 3 times?
No, I biked.
Getting a lot colder.
Okay.
How cold is it up there?
It was cold when I biked. And I was expecting it to be nice. It was like 55 degrees, and I was like, oh, this is going to be a perfect temperature for biking. But it was that day that we had all that wind come through, and I was getting rocked around on my bike, and I probably shouldn't have even been out there, but. It was cold, and I only had a short sleeve, but it was a thermal short sleeve.
Goal.
Yeah, apparently my squad goal wasn't even biking, so there's that.
We'll skip that then. Did you have 2 resistance training days?
I did, yes.
Oh, good.
But I think I had 2 resistance days and then 1 bike. I think that was it.
Okay.
Well, where did CrossFit fall into there?
But
where's CrossFit?
That was one of the resistance days.
Okay,
that's resistance.
Yeah, it's a mix of endurance.
50-pound dumbbells are heavy when you're
Check
throwing them around.
But I also traveled this week, so that made it very difficult.
That's true. You had a wonderful speech, so I heard.
Yeah, I nailed it.
Giving speeches.
To all 20 people that showed up.
Hey, those 20 people know the process much better now.
They do.
All right.
They do. It was a good show, but okay, no, we're not going to talk about it. It's not a plastics podcast.
Squad.
Let's move on.
Hey, we can talk about our outros this week. I don't know. Squad goals for this week, Kane.
What did you just say? You just threw a word salad together. Outros this week.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
I was looking I was looking at the doc and I saw an outro. I was like, "Oh, we can talk about that in the outro."
Oh man.
Okay. What do you do?
Right,
what do you do this week?
All right. So
hey, attainable, Kane. Something that you don't fail again. All right.
Yes. So I'm gonna go very generic here because I feel like we do these discussions and then the next day is like I have a different thought about what I want to do through the week. So instead of like nailing down exactly what my workouts are gonna be, I'm just gonna say I want to get 5 workouts in the next 7 days.
There. Hey, that's good.
Is that a cop out?
Wait, 4 days
No,
of
because
2 miles? I guess it's pretty specific though.
Yeah, that's specific.
That's Pacific.
No, yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I'll get about
For
10
now.
workouts in. Walk up the steps. 1.
Yeah.
No, that's
I
good.
don't know until I
up my
start
kids,
training for another
2.
race. Like I feel like my workouts are very
Sporadic. Yeah,
right now.
like
Walk
you
down
kind
the
of
steps.
you kind of do what you
3.
want. Like you don't have to plan out. It's different. Like even this summer, we'd plan out kind of. I had a plan of like when I was going to run, when I was going to bike, and
Take a
now
walk.
it's
4.
now it's kind of like what do I feel like doing today if I wanted. But that's good. Like you guys failed your last 2 squad goals miserably. It's good to tone it back a little bit.
I know. It is good.
Baby steps, man. Baby steps.
All right, so mine.
Baby steps 5.
Going back to mine. My first squad goal last week was 3 resistance training days. Hit that. 1 swim day.
Nice.
Well, did you really finish that CrossFit workout?
Oh, sorry. I had 4. I had 4 resistance training days. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
I was trying to throw some shade, and I got some light.
I forgot. I forgot I did that. 1 swimming day, which I did. I'm cutting back all swimming to 1 day. I'm taking every Thursday off now.
Yeah.
Which has been like awesome with sleep in that because by Thursday when I was waking up every morning real early, Thursday and Friday was rough. Yeah. Exhausting. And
in the off season too.
Yeah, and now lifting Friday mornings has been awesome.
Good.
I've been making big gains. So I had 2 run days, 3 to 5 miles.
You're making me. I'm just like, okay, no, throw in there. I'm gonna get to the gym. Throw it in there. No, I'm gonna leave it simple. I'm gonna accomplish.
Well, this is where I failed. 2 run.
We got to
days.
do an Apple pod. We got an Apple pod. We got to do.
Find us on Apple
Podcast. Find us. You are listening to the Dry Guys podcast.
So I put down
the Apple.
Well, this is my
challenge
goal,
thing.
but I don't have Apple anymore.
No. Oh,
we're Garmin boys.
Yep.
Oh, I'm still Apple.
2 run days.
Garmin for life.
I did 1 run day. I ran yesterday. I ran 3.25 miles. So I missed out on that. I don't know why I put 2. Probably because I felt ambitious. And I had 1 bike day. I was going to bike tonight, but I didn't because I'm scared of tomorrow. And I ran yesterday, so I'm sure there's legs involved tomorrow's workout. So
Wait. So what's tomorrow? Did we talk about that?
CrossFit. I don't know what tomorrow is.
No, but did we discuss on here that we were doing CrossFit?
Oh, I'm doing it tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah.
Did we discuss? That was how we opened the show. We talked about
Hoover.
CrossFit for like
Wow,
5
that was like
minutes.
58 minutes ago.
Oh, like 58 minutes
gone
and
out of my
45
memory.
seconds
40.
ago.
Yeah.
You got it in early. It was 44 when you said that.
So I had
Go
at
back,
least
fact
1 bike
check.
day, but I was going to do it tonight. I skipped out because a CrossFit workout tomorrow, and I want my legs to be usable a little bit.
Hey,
so I failed
don't
a
have
little
to defend
bit.
yourself.
But I did have my CrossFit workout this week that added.
Yeah, it was additional. You kind of swapped it out.
Okay, so
All right, next week then. Are
so
you
next
going to
week,
stay strong?
I mean, I put these in there, but these are always like I'm going to do 4 resistance training days, 1 being CrossFit, 3 lifting days. I will have 1 run day, 3 to 5 miles, and 1 bike day.
Where'd that
1
go?
one
Oh,
hour.
second
Hey,
page.
went next page. 1 hour.
All right. Kane.
So 4, 1 run, and 1 bike.
So what happens if we don't finish this?
Ooh, okay.
Maybe you just do it.
I mean,
like just do it.
7 lashing.
Like, dude,
How about you just don't be a wimp and just pick up?
How about you just
put your big boy pants on?
Just stick to your word and do it.
Be a man of your word.
Okay, I guess so. I thought we'd.
I think there should either be punishment or reward.
I don't know. Like what kind of?
No, I mean like. I don't know. It's hard.
If you don't finish it, you have to run a half marathon.
What?
If you can't get me to run 4 days of 2 miles, you're not going to get me to run a half marathon.
It'll force you to get your training in. That's for
just
sure.
1 day of punishment.
1 day of death.
You know what's crazy is we had like a week and a half to finish our last week goals.
Yeah.
The day it was only 1 extra day.
It went so fast.
Oh, I guess you're right. Never mind. Yeah.
Every night I was like, okay, I'm gonna run.
I'm tired.
And
I'm
I
getting
say no to the
old.
alarm. And then I'll like, I'll run when I get home. And then
So that's right. It's discipline over motivation.
Yeah.
It is. Just got to force myself to get up in the morning.
Just be disciplined and you can do it.
That's
And then,
part.
and it's not, don't look ahead for the whole week. You just got to beat that day. That's all you got to do.
Win the day.
Right now,
beat that day.
Win it.
You don't have to beat up that week. You beat that day. And then when you get to that
Win
day,
it.
you beat the next day. And then you beat that day, you win the next day.
Wait, you beat it and then you won it?
And then
you
you beat it,
and
and then you won it, and then you win it, and then the week
This
is
that
over.
motivational clip we all needed.
Yeah, but don't worry about motivation. It's all discipline.
The discipline clip we needed.
This is
All
this
right,
ain't your dad's
we got
discipline clip.
It's not a discipline podcast.
Welcome to Discipline Boys podcast.
I don't want to listen to that podcast. Well, that's a good spot to stop. All right, here. I got the nice outro.
let's work on the outro. This is good.
Hey, I got the nice outro music.
Yeah, but we got
All right,
wait.
so we got 19 seconds, and then we're done. I'm shutting it
I
off.
know this is our third.
When I
episode.
play this,
I know this is our
19
third
seconds.
episode. But listen, we got to start releasing now, podcast wise, right? Soon.
We're on YouTube. Yeah, well, we're on YouTube. I got to figure it out.
Okay,
that's my
figure
fault.
it out, and then next week.
Yeah, that's your
And then
squad
we'll
goal
post
for
it.
next week.
That is my
Yeah.
squad goal. Put that in there. Put that in there.
Has nothing to do with
Oh
exercise.
gosh, I'm gonna drop the ball again.
Release.
Well, release podcast or learn about it. Research.
Release.
No,
Make it
release.
open ended so you can't hold me to anything.
Episode on
Release.
On
first episode
the audio
on
on
podcast platforms. There we go.
Love it.
Oh gosh, I'm close.
Find us on all these platforms.
Definitely
It can't be
close.
that hard. Like, I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know.
There's a couple steps.
Okay.
It's just like confusing, but I do have a guy who I met who has 2 podcasts. He said, "Give me a call if you have any questions."
So we should just try to do what are we going to try and do? Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or are we going to try and do? Is there a mix of them you can do?
Everything. No, you can just broadcast to everything.
Okay. I see. This is going to sound dumb.
Everything.
Is it like the RSS feed? Is that what that is? You just put that out
Yes.
there. Okay. Is that what that is? Okay.
That's what I got to figure out.
Is that what
yeah,
that
it
is?
is.
Okay.
It is. Yeah,
Okay.
it's an RSS feed, but you have to like.
When this
I
happens,
don't even-
okay, we got to put like a.
We're on YouTube right now.
Well, we can talk.
TRI Guys Podcast.
Yeah, TRI Guys Podcast.
Yeah. And it's really hard to find. Just say that right. Type it in directly. But we'll be on the other platform soon. So, all right. Well, I got 19 seconds here. So let's start doing this outro. All right. Start right into it. It's got the main theme built in. Starts fading off slowly. What we got? 9 seconds left. See? Ooh, that's nice.
Thanks, guys, for listening,
Hey.
and we'll catch you in the next one.
Giddy up. Let's go.
Yeehaw.